I'm back. What up, what up? Ain't been in here 15 minutes. Got a pocket full of digits and she just won't. Hi guys. Welcome back to my channel. I know. It's been 20 years and she hasn't made a video. I know. But what are you gonna do about it? So the girls have been asking me for a complexion video for months. Y'all are asking me, what should I use? What do you use? What's not too expensive? What's this? I can't answer all your questions all at once. However, I can make a video showing you guys my complexion routine. So I am giving the people what they need. I'm a graceful queen. Who does she think she is? So because you guys always ask me for advice and you guys want to know what I get and what you should get, and I'm actually going to go through my complexion routine step by step. I'm going to give you guys 3 products that I alternate between, like concealer, foundation. I'm going to let you guys know some of those, and it ranges from, some of my stuff is kind of expensive, but most of my stuff is drugstore. So I'm going to let y'all know what are some of the best products that I picked up in that drugstore. Okay, because let's be honest, when you're first learning, especially when you're first learning, you don't want to spend $200 on makeup, even though that's how much I be spending. Thankfully, Walmart has a lot of these products. Also, Ulta has a lot of these products. Some are from Sephora. I'm sorry, I know, but I do have other options for you as well. So let's get into it. I'm pretty excited. All right, so first things first, we're gonna start out with foundation. My 3 favorite foundation brands in no particular order is the Born to Glow foundation by NYX. This foundation is like skin but better, which is what I really love in a foundation. So this is one of my favorites, and it retails for about $10. You probably could find it for less nowadays in like Walmart or something. The Juvia's Place I Am Magic foundation. This is a very matte foundation. It is a little bit on the heavier side. I usually use it when I'm trying to do something like super glam or super like beat. I Am Magic foundation. And in case you use me as a shade match, my shade is Malawi, which I think this is different now, because you know your skin changes. I think I'm a little darker now, so Malawi's a little bit on the lighter side for me. The Juvia's Place I Am Magic foundation retails for about $20. It varies depending on where you go, but I got it at Ulta for about 20 bucks. Their website though always has sales, so I would recommend going into Ulta, getting a shade match, and then going on the website, because Juvia's Place always has a sale going on. And if not, you can always use somebody's code and get like a good 20% off of your purchase. Next is the Urban Decay Naked foundation. This foundation is my favorite out of everything. Like, this is my go-to foundation just because it lasts long. The shade match is spot on, and it's also like my skin but better, so it's not too cakey and it's not too like sheer either. It's the right amount of makeup for me. So this is actually the one I'm going to be using today. I'm just going to use a flat top brush to apply my foundation today. I usually like to use like a spatula for my foundation, but just because I don't know where it is, I'm just going to put it on my face. When it comes to foundation, you kind of want to work your way outwards. So start at the center of your face and work outward, and that's going to give you the best coverage in my opinion. I just noticed it looks better whenever I blend going outwards. So I always put my hand by my hairline just so the brush stops like not too far in, but I also don't want to get foundation on my edges, you know. Then we always bring it down the neck. I think I can get behind this foundation application. So next I'm gonna actually highlight my face. You can use different tools for highlighting and contouring. I usually just stick to concealer for everything, just because it's easier for me to go on and buy those and just have them. I don't buy any like shade sticks or anything like that, or powders for contouring. But these are the 3 concealers that I usually use. Oop, it's dirty. Let me clean these. I don't want y'all clowning me on the internet. Like, so the main concealers that I alternate in between are from ColourPop, ELF, and Juvia's Place. So this is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Concealer. This retails for about $9, probably less by now. But this one has hyaluronic acid, so if you do have drier skin, especially drier under eyes, I do recommend using this on a regular basis. It's pretty good. It has pretty good coverage and it is affordable. This is the shade Dark 170 Neutral. Next is the Juvia's Place I Am Magic Concealer. So this one is one of my favorites. As you can see, it's a good amount of product in here. It retails for $14 and this is the shade 8. And my personal favorite as of right now is the e.l.f. Camel Concealer, the hydrating formula. I would not use the regular 16-hour formula, which is this one, under my eyes, just because I feel like it's a little bit drying. So the one with the black cap is the regular one, and the one with the white cap is the hydrating one. So I do have drier skin under my eyes, so I do try to get concealer that would help that. Today I'm gonna actually be using the Juvia's Place concealer in the shade 8. This one is a little closer to my skin tone. I'm going for something really subtle today, but I'm still gonna highlight, you know. Alright, fun tip I got from Jackie Aina, who is my makeup idol, is to let your concealer dry down before you blend it in. So I'm going to let it dry down a little bit just so I can get more coverage with less product. And then I'm going to go ahead and use my brush to have this tiny little concealer brush to blend out my concealer, and then I go in with a sponge over it. There's a method to my madness, I promise. It looks so sheer and natural. You're going to love it if you try it this way. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and blend that out, starting with right under my eye. And we're doing like a stippling motion. Is there glitter on this? Not necessarily blending it in. So now that I've blended with my brush, I'm gonna go ahead with a sponge. It's dry. I don't know what my sponge is. I just don't like the way that it takes away product. And the whole game here that I'm trying to play is to use less product and make it go as far as it can instead of having to use more just to take it away. I'm gonna use my dry sponge, and I just feel like this works so much better. I'm going straight in with a wet sponge. I just feel like I can get more control from the sponge as well when it's not wet. Now that we blended out our highlight, I can go ahead and set it with setting powder. First up, Maybelline Loose Fit Me Finishing Powder. This stuff right here, Maybelline, you outdid yourself with this one. I'm sorry, but you did. The color that I usually use for highlighting is actually 35, but I'm actually out of that shade at the moment. This is the color that I use for setting the rest of my face. It's 40. It's just a little darker, but it's such a pretty color, and I just feel like Maybelline, y'all did the damn thing with this one. Really. The Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder actually retails for about $8. Next is the Black Radiance Loose Setting Powder. This one is pretty good. I think it's a very light powder. I don't think you can get through the whole day with just this powder. My only beef with this is the packaging. I just feel like they could have done better and make it like it could have been sealed better. But the powder itself is really good, and this retails for about $8. Next is my Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Setting Powder. This powder is my holy grail of powders that have powdered. It retails for about $40. It's more on the expensive side, but one thing I can tell you is once I put this on, ain't nobody telling me nothing. Once I put this on, it's worth the money to me. You don't absolutely have to spend it, but if you have it to spend, I would invest in some Laura Mercier powder. This is translucent medium deep. I appreciate how they say translucent, but they also have shades because sometimes translucent isn't translucent for everybody. So today I'm actually going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me powder. What's left of it, actually. There's not much. And I'm going to go in with my sponge and the cap for my powder. I'm just gonna do a light coat of powder under the eye here. All right, so now that I look like Casper, we can move on to contouring. My favorite contour at the moment is I basically use the same brands as the highlighters, but at the moment ColourPop is taking the cake for me. This contour shade is a great shade for me, but it's also a little bit warm. on the warmer side, especially for a contour, but I just feel like it doubles as a bronzer, and I just love looking toasted when it comes to my makeup. And I just use a little bit of product. It goes a long way. I'm gonna show you guys. I bring my face back to life. I'm gonna use an angled flat top brush. This one is from Amazon. If you guys want a link to my brushes, I have some pretty damn good brushes and I did not pay that much for them. If you want a link to them, let me know and I will definitely pin one in the comments. So I'm just gonna go ahead and stipple my way into a blending situation, and we're gonna bring it up towards the hairline, and I stop right here. This is gonna vary depending on how your face and your hairline is shaped, but this is just what works for me. So I just go right under the cheekbone and then bring it into the lower part of my hairline, and then I'm gonna take the product that I put up here and just stipple that to connect it to the second part of the hairline. If that makes any sense, I really hope it does. And then she's back to life. She's back to life. And then you have to play the blending game, right? So you're gonna blend your highlight into your contour, and it's gonna even out somewhere in the middle, you know? So it's honestly, it's like, why the hell did we put on foundation, but we do it anyways? All right, now to contour our nose. I'm gonna use this brush. I don't know what the hell this is. I don't know what the hell you call this. It came in the set and I'm gonna use it. I just think it's perfect for my nose contour. Sometimes, well, most of the time, I honestly just skip the nose contour in general, and I just put a little bit of bronzer right here to highlight the nose a little bit, and then that's usually it. But for the sake of the video, so now I'm gonna take my foundation brush. I'm gonna dust my powder, even though there's not much to dust away, which is the point. We're not baking here. I only bake if I'm gonna be, you know, if I'm at a wedding or if I'm doing somebody else's makeup to last the day. I'll bake because that shit's gonna stay. But for my personal face, I just feel like baking is a little bit cakey, so I try to stay away from it. Okay, there was glitter somewhere in here and I don't appreciate what it's doing to me right now. All right, now we're gonna get into my favorite part of doing my makeup ever, like in general, period, bronzer. Like I said, I love looking toasted whenever I do my makeup, and let me tell you guys about my struggles. My struggles trying to find bronzer when I was starting to learn, like to teach myself how to do this stuff. I would watch the makeup videos and I would see the white girls putting on bronzer, and I could not participate because first of all, I don't have money, and secondly, nobody else in the drugstore was checking for black girls when it came to bronzer. The way that the associates at the store would lead me astray when I asked for help finding a bronzer for $20 or under. We all know at this point, if you're dark skinned, that Physicians Formula is not for you, but somebody actually sold that to me and I'm still offended. I'm still offended. My favorite bronzer of all time, this Fenty bronzer. My auntie Rihanna said she's gonna give the girls a bronzer. It's $30. It's not under 20. I'm sorry. I listen, after all I went through, I decided I was just gonna spend the $30 on the bronzer. And the shade that I have is Mocha Mommy. It looks like this. It's very red, very warm. I absolutely love this bronzer. Secondly, Juvia's Place just came out with bronzers this year. The bronzers are everything. The bronzers are everything. I have 4 of them, just because I do makeup for other people as well, so I make sure I always have things for people of all shades. But this one is the one that I use. This is the dark palette. They have a deep dark palette, which let me show you how gorgeous this is, and it comes with 2. If you guys want to see my review on the Juvia's Place bronzers, I already have that video up. This is the tan, and Juvia's Place has such pigmented products. It's just like when they came out, when they were like, we're making bronzers, I was like, okay, so where can I get them? These retail for $18, but like I said before, Juvia's Place always has sales on their site, so I would recommend ordering one online. You can probably get it for like 15, and it comes with 2 colors in each palette. I just feel like you can't go wrong. Those are the 2 bronzers I actually use, but honorable mention, before I invested in the Fenty bronzer and before Juvia's Place came out with bronzers, I was just using their palettes. So the first one that I actually obtained was this one. Oh Lord, look at her, she hit pan. So I used to use this for bronzer. These shades are basically the same. So Zulu palette, the brown shade, can also be used as a bronzer, ladies. I'm just trying to show you how I got through when the going was tough. Masquerade palette, love this palette as well. The Masquerade palette, the shade Zulu in that palette is a very good bronzer. But today, for the sake of the video, I'm going to be using my Fenty bronzer. I love using a tapered fluffy brush for my bronzer. I just feel like I get the best application to my cheeks. However, I've also used like a big fluffy brush. This used to be my end all be all bronzer brush, just big fluffy brush. I actually think I'm going to use this today. So I'm just going to give it a little swirl. If you want something soft and fluffy to apply it, just because it's supposed to like natural. Oh, Sunkissed. Where is she? Alright, today I'm gonna apply a little blush. Blush is nothing special. You can use any shade of pink, orange, red that you want to. The one blush palette that I actually own is from Alamar. It looks like this, and I actually got it from a friend. Shout out to Leah girl if you see this, thank you. And the shade that I love using is Toasted, so I'm actually gonna pop that on my cheeky cheeks. For my lip today, I think I'm just gonna be doing a simple nude lip. So I'm gonna use this dark brown lipstick. This one is from L'Oreal. This is what it is right here. I think this is a very nice dark brown lipstick. However, if you don't like smells in your lipsticks, you're not gonna like this one. It smells like chocolate. This one as well. This is another shade that's dark brown. This one's from Maybelline. It smells like chocolate as well. Not as potent as this one though. This one smells like Hershey's. This one is a little bit lighter. And I'm gonna use a Juvia's Place lipstick in the center. I think I need a snack. How is Amazon already open? This is why. Please like, share, and subscribe. Also follow me on social media. We be getting jiggy with it over there. I mean, I don't really post anything to Instagram, but I mean Snapchat be live. Also follow me on TikTok. I don't really be doing nothing, but I just feel like you should follow me because I want to be famous. I just feel like that's quality content. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyways, moving on. Thank you guys for tuning into this video. I hope to see you on the next one. Bye. And that's a wrap.